Hi everyone, welcome back to the Cozy Cookhouse. Today I'd like to share with you all a really easy, fancy looking cake recipe that I like to make when I have little time on my hand, but it's so easy to put together and it looks like you've worked out the whole day on it. I will share with you how to do it from scratch. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes to put together and then the rest is just baking time. So what I have here is just sour cherry compote, which is homemade. You can just use store-bought, but this is how it looks like. I'm gonna strain it. I don't really measure anything. There we go. And they're so good. They're sweet and sour, so your cake won't be overly sweet. It's actually really tasty. It goes well with coffee, tea, a glass of cold milk. It's amazing. I'm just gonna leave it here. Yep, perfect. Now we're gonna get ready. I'm gonna leave this on the side so that they're not really wet. They're gonna keep straining. And we're gonna get started with the batter, which is so easy. You're gonna use the same amount of eggs with the same amount of flour, basically. So if for this recipe I'm using 10 whole eggs separated, so I'll walk you through it. 10 eggs, 10 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and 10 tablespoons of oil. You can use just vegetable oil, canola oil. I like to use grapeseed oil because it's supposedly it's healthier, but you can use whatever oil you want. A pinch of salt and some vanilla extract. I'm gonna leave the recipe ingredients in the description box below. So let's get started. So what I have here is a large bowl and then a medium-sized bowl because we're going to separate the eggs. And then at the end we're going to add the nice and tart sour cherries. They're amazing. I keep having a piece here and there because they're so good. And you can just buy them jarred actually, so that's fine also. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just separating the eggs. So I'm going to put them egg whites in the large bowl. We're gonna fluff them up with a mixer, and then the egg yolk in the smaller bowl. Okay, that's it. It's very important that you do not let any of the egg yolk go into the whites, okay? You cannot mix any egg yolk. If you do happen to drop some, make sure you pick it up gently from the large bowl because your egg yolks, your egg whites won't fluff up, okay? Make sure that you separate them really well. So even if you have a little bit of egg white, it's better to just put it with the egg yolk so that the egg whites are pure without any egg yolk. They will not fluff up. Great, so I'm just going to add some organic cane sugar. You can just use plain sugar. So to 10 egg whites, I'm adding 10 tablespoons of sugar. I like to add it now so that it all melts away while I mix it all up. So basically we're mixing until The egg whites are nice and stiff, so they're pretty good. I'm just gonna do it for maybe another minute or so. So when you see the crease marks like that, then you know it's well done, it's finished. So you can leave it on the side. And now we're gonna work on the egg yolks. That took about 5 minutes of beating with a handheld mixer, but you can use a stand mixer if you have one or if you'd like that. Now I'll just add the oil to the egg yolks. So 10 tablespoons of oil. Like you see, I'm just using a regular tablespoon, but you can actually measure with a tablespoon. This is a very forgiving recipe. So I forgot to record here that I'm adding 1 tablespoon of baking powder plus 1 tablespoon of something acidic like vinegar, because the baking powder will taste sometimes a little bit bad. So I like to add something acidic with the baking powder or with the baking soda in recipes. So now we're just folding everything together. I will also add 10 tablespoons of flour. About 2 or 3 tablespoons at a time, so altogether 10 tablespoons, and then I will use the low speed of my handheld mixer because I don't want to break up the bubbles that we just created for a nice fluffy texture of a cake. So I'm just giving it a gentle mix here because I want the egg yolk at the bottom to be well incorporated. As you can see, there's a little bit of a liquefied part of the egg yolk, which is fine because it's gonna turn into a nice marble looking colorful cake. So it doesn't matter. I don't like to over mix this type of cake. It's really easy to make, but it's easy to ruin it as well because of the fluff. So it takes about 10 minutes to put together, but do not over mix. So it's better to just go gentle with it and then pour it in the pan and swirl it around like that. And then top it up with the fruit that you want. In my case, I like to use sour cherries and then pop it into the oven.